Hi, everyone. It is May the 28th, Tuesday, May the 28th, and I wanted to make sure that I went through with you what assignments have already been due and then what is coming up. So, going back to our welcome page, the enrollment verification quiz was due on May 22nd. If you are still enrolled in the class, then you must have done it um, and made an 80 or above. Um, that's all that's on the welcome page. And then for the course information page, there's your syllabus. I just want to remind you that if you click on your syllabus and scroll to the end of your syllabus, the last couple of pages or the very last page has your schedule so that, I mean, you could print it out or put it in your phone or whatever, but this is your schedule and it shows you all the due dates on the schedule. Okay, so we've already had May 22nd. May 23rd was Lab 01, which most of you completed, Introduction to Science, and it was just worksheets. So if your lab kit had not come in, that was okay. So May the 22nd and May the 23rd, those dates have passed. And then if you go to Lab 1, Chapter 1, sorry, the study of life, you have the Chapter 1 slides and you have the Chapter 1 recorded lectures. And then your Getting Started lab is due on May the 30th, but hopefully you've already done it. Most of you have already done it. It really just has a page that you have to sign where you agree to follow the lab safety rules or the rules of the lab, and I know you have to sign the paper saying that you've checked your packing list. That's one thing, but that's the main thing about the Getting Started lab is looking at your packing list and checking all the materials off. So you see, for every lab assignment, you'll have the lab, and then you'll have a video of me explaining how to do the lab. Um, some of you may or may not find that helpful. And then you'll have the assignment, and the assignment is where you'll upload the document. So in the video, I think I explained that pretty well. But Lab 1, Introduction to Science is here. Here's the assignment where you upload your documents, and it tells you the due dates and that kind of thing. But this is the actual lab that has the questions in it. Okay, so now let's look at Chapter 2 and Chapter 3 because these are due the first week of June. Chapter 2, here's your Chapter 2 slides and your recorded lectures. This is a chemistry chapter. The quiz is due June the 3rd, and Lab 02, General Lab Safety, is due on June the 5th. So Chapter 2 quiz is due June the 3rd, Chapter 3 quiz is June the 4th, and then Lab 02, Lab Safety, is due on June the 5th. And I've got a demonstration here on how to set that experiment up for Lab 02, Experiment 1. And then just making sure that starting at this point, you're including a selfie of yourself with the completed lab. You can have someone take a picture of you, or you can do a selfie, but regardless, you're going to upload a picture of yourself with the lab materials in front of you after you've completed the experiment so that I can see you did it. That's verification you did it. So you will upload any worksheets, any tables, any questions into this assignment, and you'll also upload that photograph. Now we'll go on to Chapter 3, Biological Macromolecules. You have the Chapter 3 slides, the Chapter 3 recorded lectures, the Chapter 3 quiz, which is due June the 4th. And then you have to use egg white, and you have to provide your own egg white for Lab 05. So I've included a short 1-minute video on how to separate an egg white from the yolk if you don't know how to do that, because you will waste a bunch of eggs if you don't know how to do it. properly, and this is a French chef that's showing you how to do it. So anyway, there's a video of that, and then there's a demo of me where I actually make a big mistake, and I want to remind you. In fact, I didn't re-record it specifically because I didn't want to have to go home and get an egg, and I had forgotten to bring it. And also because I want you to see that sometimes it's worth watching these demos so you won't make the same mistakes. I'm actually doing some of these labs before you, and some of these labs are new for me. So, I mean, I just like anyone else, sometimes I tend to want to rush through. And in this experiment, in experiment 1, you have to make gelatin, just like you would make Jello. And so you have to use hot water. You cannot use room temperature water. You have to use hot water. And you have to go ahead and heat it up on the stove, get it as hot as you can, boiling water, and you're going to add that water to the gelatin and immediately make a solution and add 5 milliliters of your gelatin solution to a test tube. And the faster that you do this, the better it's going to mix with the chemical, by a chemical called biuret. But if you'll go ahead and look at the demo that I did and look at your procedure, look at your steps, and know what you're going to do before you do it, this lab will go so much faster, because once that gelatin solidifies, you can't mix it anymore, and it just doesn't work. It doesn't work as well. I mixed mine with cold water, and I show you in the little demonstration how that went. So anyway, here's your how to separate egg white from egg yolk, the demo video that I did, and then here's your lab that you click on to get your questions. In fact, I'm going to show you this. Okay, because this lab and lab, I think lab 02 was the same way. You always, you're going to do all these parts, but then, because they prepare you, but the assignment and procedure is the part you really want to do. So you're going to click on experiment 1 to get the procedure, but you're going to click on the workbook. And this is going to be the document that you fill in and complete and upload into your assignment. And I just wanted to show you that, because all the labs from this point on will have a lab workbook. And so they have pre-lab questions, and then they have a table to fill in, and then they have post-lab questions. So you're going to save that and upload it into the Lab 05 assignment, along with your photograph of yourself with your test tube. So that's all.